Hey guys, and welcome to the Get It Brewed channel. Today we are going to be talking about flavoring beer. So we're doing a bit of an experiment. We brewed this beer a couple of weeks ago. It's our high ABV.
It's a beast from the east.
It's the beast from the east, high ABV beer, sitting at something about 18, almost 18%.
17.8.
17.8%. We tasted the beer, we thought we could just tweak a little bit and add a little bit of something just to make it more exciting. And myself and Jan sat and discussed, maybe coffee beans, maybe this, maybe that. So what we can actually do is separate what we have left in our Conicus Pro into our glass demijohns and just flavor up each one of the demijohns by themselves, trying out just different little flavors, and then we could tweak the recipe, play around. This is a great way for you at home. If you've got a beer and you think that you want to add a little bit of something, try this. It's a little experiment. You can, for instance, if you're doing a lager and you're wanting to add some lemon peel, you can do one with lemon peel, or you could do one with, I don't know, what else could we put in lager?
Orange peel.
Orange peel.
Grapefruit peel.
And then
anything.
And in that way, you can then develop your recipe, change it around a little bit and stuff like that. So let's get started. Let's talk about the flavors that we're adding. Well, I'm going to start with the calmest one first. We've got oak chips. So that should give this beer a great kind of that oaky, barrel-aged kind of taste. Obviously, we're not barrel aging, but this will give it that, I don't know, what I suppose, faux barrel age?
Kind of bourbon whiskey flavor.
Yeah. So it should add a little bit of extra dimension. We've got coffee beans, straight basic coffee beans, straight out of Asda. With the coffee beans, are we going to be crushing them? Or
nope, they will go whole.
Yeah, so these are whole coffee beans, it's not ground coffee. Again, just standard coffee beans from Asda, nothing special. Something a little bit different would be this little guy over here. This is actually a still spirits flavoring. We've got plenty of them on the website. You can go check it out. This is a hazelnut flavoring. I'm a big fan of stouts and hazelnuts, so I thought let's give this a go. This is not really what it's meant for, but again, an experiment.
See what's happened.
Let's see what's been. And then Jan's favorite. Well, Jan.
It's a high ABV, so it needs something special.
Okay. So Jan has sourced from the pits of hell. Jan has sourced some Carolina Reaper.
Yep.
And what was the other one?
Trinidad Scorpion.
So a Trinidad Scorpion and Carolina Reaper, straight from the depths of
volcano.
A volcano. We're gonna try this in the beer. I'm not touching that. I'm not handling it. I don't even want to sniff it. But we're gonna try that. That should, get something completely unique, completely different, and give this beer a. I think you're
different
gonna
dimension.
Need to change the name completely after adding that. But
it's a high ABV stout, so it needs a high heat.
Yeah, right. I believe you. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is basically into these demijohns, we're putting 4 liters each.
Yes.
So 4 liters each into each one of these demijohns. These are being cleaned, sanitized, so everything is ready to go. Straight out of the fermenter into the demijohns. After that, we're going to add in our ingredients. Ratio-wise, we're just going to play around.
Just play around.
And obviously at home, if you're trying to replicate stuff, you want to work with weights, dimensions. So if you've got, 4 liters in here, work out, all right, that's how much grammage I want to add in. And that way you can scale up if you're going to do a full 30-liter batch. Again, we're just experimenting, we're playing around, so we're not too fussed about that, but do that at home. We
will just eyeball it.
Yeah, we're eyeballing it, and we'll let you know how this all goes. We've got to leave it to ferment, or we're going to bottle condition.
Probably we'll put it in the bottles.
Okay.
And see what's happened.
So we're going to leave it in there for about a week, see what the flavors are like, maybe leave it in for longer, maybe add a little bit more ingredients. Then we're going to bottle it, bottle condition for a couple of weeks, and then give it a taste. And we'll be back shortly in this video to tell you our findings. So let's go for it. Okay guys, so we've separated our beers into the demijohns, around about 4 liters each. One thing that we're just going to cover quickly, when adding ingredients into beer, you're still going to have to worry about infections, especially if you're using raw ingredients like orange peels, fruits. We've got coffee beans. Now this has been in a sealed packet, so it should be okay, but we don't want to chance it. So
No point to risk it.
yeah. So you got 2 options, either using hot boiling water, similar to what you do with a dry hop, you know, adding in hot boiling water. What we're gonna do is just putting in a little bit of sanitizer on the product, just making sure it's covered around, and that should kill all the infections, or all the nasties that are inside there.
Another option is dip it in the alcohol.
Yeah, or dip it in alcohol. There is, I mean, this beer, again, it's quite a high ABV, so it should be killing anything anyway.
Yep.
But yeah, we're just gonna a little bit of sanitizer on our raw ingredients. For instance, the coffee, the chilies, and even the oak chips, just to make sure that everything is killed there. Cool.
Coffee beat down. Whose idea was it?
So yeah, we're just putting just a standard rubber bung with a bubbler on top. There might still be a little bit of active fermentation, so I don't want to chance it. But that should
Keep it sterile.
keeping it sterile, keeping it away from oxygen, and first one's done. Let's get the other one cracking.
Stop it.
Doing this again.
That's enough.
Next in is our oak chips. So this should give it kind of a, I'm going to call it a fake barrel aging, but I think it'll add a nice little dimension to that.
Hopefully.
Do you know how much you actually put in there?
15 grams.
So we got 15 grams of bell chips,
Medium.
medium
Toast.
medium toast oak barrel chips, and then 4 liters. This is an experiment. We don't know how any of this is going to work out, and we also are trying to track what's what. So I've just got basic marker. Again, if you're doing this at home, you're going to want to write all this down. You're going to want to make sure you're doing, you know which ones you're doing. So I'm just putting on your oak. All right, next guys, we're going to do the top shelf spirit flavoring. This is actually for a liqueur flavoring. We're going to shove it in here. We did do a small experiment using tiny bits, and it does actually give a nice kind of hazelnut flavor. We're going to dump this whole bunch in.
Shake it off.
I like it nice and easy.
Haze.
All right. And then the last one, which I'm going to mark first.
That's a good name for beer.
Alright. Last one is going to be the.
It's the
we're going
highest
to be putting
ABV.
in the Carolina Reaper, and actually I got a better name, Reap Havoc. Anyway, go for it.
There's only one problem. There is a note handle it in gloves.
Yeah. So
How many we put in? 1 or 2?
one of each.
One of each?
All right. We're going to do one of each. One Carolina Reaper and one Scorpion
Trinidad Scorpion.
Trinidad Scorpion.
Let's see what's happened. Oh, we dig this. Here in the butt. Thank you.
All right. There we go, guys. Okay, so that's it, guys. We've got our 4 little flavorings. Some of them are going to need to age a bit longer to try and get up more flavors and stuff like that. We're just going to, as we go along, we'll just taste it and see if flavors are getting extracted. And yeah, let's do a hot take on to the next scene. And we're going to be waiting a week. You're going to only be waiting a few seconds. So here we go. So guys, it's been a couple of weeks. We've come back. We've poured these all out into little glasses. We're going to give them a test drive. We have pre-tested, obviously you have to. You've got to take a little sip as you go along. Some great flavors, but we'll discuss each one as we go along. Yeah, and which one are we going to start with?
Let's start with the coffee beans.
Coffee beans, all right.
Coffee beans will sit in it for roughly 2 weeks. You can definitely smell them.
Yeah, you can definitely get it's a kind of dark, it was a dark coffee that we put in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely taste the coffee. Nice
smells,
roasty one.
it smells like a coffee liqueur.
Yeah.
So, which is great. I think that's, to be honest, that I think is a kind of the perfect amount of coffee in there. It's not overpowering. So that one, that's, yeah.
Just right.
That's right. Okay, next we're gonna move on to...
Right, pick one.
I know which one I'm not gonna pick. Out of all of them, my favorite so far has been the
hazelnut.
The hazelnut. We use a little still spirits in there, so I'm going with that one. Yeah, strong flavor, with a strong aroma of hazelnut. Yeah, it's definitely got the. You can still get that alcohol coming through on that, but it's
that was a wee bit of alcohol.
Oh, that's great. So yeah, nice.
Oh yeah.
Hazelnut flavor. I want to say it is. I wouldn't say. I want to say fake hazelnut because it was a hazelnut essence. But
I think that added a little bit of sweetness. I would say.
But it is definitely a great option. You know, inexpensive. Those little still spirits are, I don't know.
Yeah, they are £3.
£3 or something like that. I would say if I was doing any, you know, that 4 litre to one of those bottles ratio is probably enough.
That's enough.
So yeah, if you were going to do a 20 litre batch, you'd probably need a couple of those or a few of those. You know, you can adjust as you go along. Right,
the easiest way is just to try it. Get a small sample, put a couple drops and see.
Yeah, next. All right.
I think my favorite is the last one.
Yeah,
so that's oak chips.
Yeah.
Yep. Smells like a wee bit bourbon-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, that adds a wee bit of the
Yeah, it does.
aged
It
flavor.
definitely has that aged kind of twang to it. You can taste that woody, grainy taste as you sip it. I like it. I think, to be honest, I'd add more wood chips or pre-soak the wood chips.
Yeah, we add to 4 liters. We add, I think, it was 40 grams of oak chips. So maybe add more. So then, with a bit of whiskey or bourbon.
Yeah.
For a few days.
So yeah, with the oak chips, you can pre-soak them in a bourbon, so it does take on some of the bourbon flavors. Then put that into your beers. We just put straight dry oak chips, so it is adding a little bit of that woody taste to it, but I think it could actually be bumped up a little bit more on that one.
We will leave it for maybe another week or two.
Yeah,
See what happens.
leaving it in a little bit longer is obviously you're gonna get more of the tannins and the flavors and stuff like that. So with something like oak chips and even the coffee, leaving it for a longer period of time, you are gonna get more flavors. So, all right.
Just keep tasting.
Yeah, last and
let's go.
Thank goodness least.
Your turn.
Now this is Jan's, obviously Jan's favorite. It is, what peppers were there again?
One Carolina Reaper and one Trinidad Scorpion.
Yeah, so these are, on their own, these chilies are hectic in that, yeah, they've made it more hectic. Are you making me do this first, or you just,
Enjoy it.
Not too, yeah, when you smell it, there's definitely a smell to it, but I'm not getting like a pungent chili heaviness on that, but I know what's coming. Woo.
What do you think?
Cut. Need a glass of water. Yeah. My personal feelings on that, I'm not a big fan. I'm not, there's definitely a lot of heat. I think with that there, you probably could have...
You can smell in it the smokiness of the Carolina Reaper.
Yeah. You could probably lessen the amount of chilies in that one. In this sort of scenario, myself and Jan were talking that it is quite warm.
It's nice.
It's definitely got a heat to it. If you land up doing something like that and you find that you've made a batch and you feel like you need to add more, that's why we've actually still got some beer in the fermenters. We could chop that up and kind of almost blend the flavors. I mean, you could even take one of these other beers, kind of do a little bit of a...
Yeah, we'll maybe try it, just blend them together.
Yeah, kind of get different...
See what's happen.
Get different flavors and stuff like that. But yeah, that's definitely added tons of heat. Yeah, that's your bottle. The other three are mine.
No problem for me.
All right, let me just subside. Woo! It's got me. It's caught me. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, that actually tastes quite nice together.
No, that's my favorite.
So yeah, through the little experiment we found, adding these flavors is definitely, it's taken that beer that we've made and just, bumped it up a certain sort of level, added a different dimension. This is something easily you can do at home. A few inexpensive demijohns or any sort of vessel, get your ingredients in there, leave it for a couple of weeks, leave it for longer, leave it for shorter, play around, and in this way you can get a kind of a good ratio. Okay, we've got 100 grams to 4 liters, bump that up next time you're making the full batch. So this is definitely an experiment or something that you can do at home, playing around with different flavors.
Easy, you can put in the demijohns any flavoring you want. Vanilla pods, coffee beans as we've done, oak chips, peppers.
And I think, peppers.
Tonka beans, anything.
Yeah, and it's a nice way, instead of ruining an entire batch, 30-liter batch.
Yeah.
You go and you put something in and you go way too much or way too little. At least now you're getting a kind of feel, especially on a beer like this, is that it was originally quite an experimental beer.
Yeah, that was. Worked well.
And we've experimented further, and it has definitely added dimension. And pretty much we've got 4 different beers, like in one batch, which is
exactly
great. So yeah, even if you guys are making a lager at home and you want to add in a little bit of flavorings as you go along, or this is pretty much the same as dry hopping, just in a different format. Definitely adding different kind of dimensions to it. But yeah, I think that's
maybe for another video.
What's that?
Flavored lager.
Yeah, we're gonna maybe a flavored lager. Let us know, guys, if you want to let us experiment a little bit more. What sort of experiments do you want to see? Write it down in the comments below. And I think that's it.
That's it for today.
Okay, awesome, guys. Don't forget to hit the like, the subscribe, and happy brewing.
Happy brewing.
Yeah, you can go.